evening, 6:30 Pacific time, 6:30 Mountain time. My name is ALPOUGH, and this is my 101st show. Thank you all for your support. We are up to 204 subscribers now. Thank you so much. I've been trying to get over that hump here from the 184, and I'm so grateful that people are liking my videos and subscribing now. I just want to go over a little bit today. I talked about water, and I'm always wanting to, whether or not the pun about water is stirring the pot. And so I know that I stirred the pot, and I know when you bring up distilled water and pure water and minerals and everything like that, it's always going to cause some great discussion. And I really like that, by the way. There were some really good comments, and someone who disagreed, but was open and also showed some great points. So, number one, if you're out there, thank you so much. Appreciate that. It's great to have dialogue, isn't it? So, tonight, I guess it's tonight, 6:30 Pacific and 9:30 Eastern time and 8:30 Central time. Hope you're still up. Maybe you're just not getting on to me, and I really thank you for it. For giving me just a few minutes here of your evening. And I'm planning on being here a lot. I do 2 shows a day. So let's get right into what we wanted to talk about today or tonight here. And the thing is by gratitude is the cool attitude. I was really thinking about all the things that have happened with me, all the trauma-based stuff, even over the last couple of days. And what has always helped me is being in gratitude. I have done a sleep talk about it. If you have some issues, we're not talking about if you have a medical condition, insomnia or sleep apnea or something like that. But if it's hard for you to sometimes get to sleep, and I know there are times when your mind can't slow down. Okay. And so we want to go over that to say, now, first of all, what do you do when you go into gratitude? Well, you have to slow down. You have to think, what's my gracious? What am I gracious about? What am I? Well, I'm grateful for my health. That's one, really. I'm grateful to have a roof over my head. Oh, slow down a little bit. I'm grateful to have a wonderful wife. I'm grateful to have food on the table. And, and I'm grateful that I'm in a bed. And you just go on and just begin that process. And it will put you to sleep. It will put you to sleep. That would saying, I love you, because you have to concentrate to say all these things. You have to actually think. But what it does is it slows you down so you could speed up. And then after you then slow down so you can go get some sleep. But what it does is it puts you in the moment. And what do you have at the moment? Well, it could be whatever. But let's just say, for example, you want to go to sleep. So saying the things that you're grateful for. Now, some people, they may call it prayer or something. There's other words to describe, everybody does a little bit different. I'm not, I'm giving you something specific when you can't, either go to sleep, or if you're having a rough day. If you're having a rough day, the gratitude is the thing to be cool about. And I mean, you got to be cool about it. You got to be cool about it. And what's being cool about it? It's just having an attitude about it. Man, I know, man. It's, it's a rough day, but man, the day's not over, and, the day's not, there's still another day tomorrow, and I'm so glad I got my health. And you just break it down. I'm glad this car starts. I'm glad the air conditioning starts. And you just keep going and you keep going. And I'm telling you, would change your attitude. Now remember, again, I am one of those ones who understands that we are complex beings. Okay, if you don't understand the complexity of yourself, then that is part of what you need to do with yourself. And you may have to go all the way back to the womb. You may have to go back to last year, but we have some type of trauma. Everybody has had some type of trauma. Now, some people who you think really not have trauma, everybody's my slowing down, you know. Some of the ones you think, oh man, they never had any trauma in their life. And when you get down to their story, you understand, wow, you had it rougher than me. And that's where it really comes down to. So CPTSD actually stands for complex post-traumatic stress disorder. It's usually come from the military, and it's called post-traumatic. Sorry about that. Post-traumatic stress disorder, and so that's really where we're at with the. Okay, so it's complex post-traumatic disorder. What happened to my one here? Down here. So we're back here where the complex, that's what the actual term is. But I want to say there's been a different tide here. Number one, I do believe that we have now what's called a COVID post-traumatic stress disorder. And it has been already, it's already come out. I'm not taking that away. I'm not saying I'm the one who thought about it, but yes, there's the COVID-19 post-traumatic stress disorder now. And a lot of people are going through it. Now, I have one that I'm going to take credit for, okay? And I call CPTSD now the complex political traumatic stress disorder, okay? Because we're in from the red pills and the blue pills here. So now, do we wish for the good old days? Remember the good old days? When everything was fine? It's when you go back to any of those good old days, there was trauma going on back then, just like there is going on now. Okay. So what good does it do to go back to the good old days? I mean, you can go back to your high school reunion, and you'll, if you got any sense about you'd just be talking about the good stuff, but nobody wants to talk about all the stuff that was going on during my 4 years and the political times of the Vietnam War. Who wants? Okay. So go back to the good old days. Those are the experiences that keep you going during this day. So, and it puts you in the past and not in the present. This is why while I don't mind listening to 80s music or music in the past, I made a decision 10, 12 years ago, longer than that. I want a whole new set of music. And I found a lot of different music through a lot of my DJ friends who I'm very thankful for. Now, hope for better days is sometimes good. I mean, we want to get all this stuff straight. We want to get through this pandemic. We want to get through, all the things where everybody's, have to go back to work or trying to find a job, or things are now opening up. Today went into Walmart and literally, I mean, I would say 75, 80%, we're not masked. And that was weird because that's the first time, like, you had to find someone who had a mask on. So it wasn't to say that nobody didn't have a mask on. I'm just saying that this was the first time when you really see, now you can see that things are being different. So living this day in gratitude that things can get better. And so when you do and have a bad day, you can still live in gratitude that the things can get better. And why would things get better? Well, because if you have confidence in your own life and you're grateful, then they usually do. When you risk, and life is risk, starting a new chapter in your life is risky, but you know that those things can get better. They usually do. You look in your experience. Now, some things are permanent, though. They're tough. Some things are permanent. And I know that I've experienced that myself. It's like the loss of love of a loved one. Sorry, I meant to put a one in there. And, for me, I'm coming into a new chapter myself. And it's really about tomorrow is the 1 year anniversary of the loss of my dog, Izzy. She made it to almost 16 years old, and we had a great life. And so those are the things that are just, there's nothing you could do but do the best you have the gratitude for what you got. And then, of course, I lost my father too last year. And those are the kind of things that you have to learn how to have gratitude, that you will go on as best as you can. As best you can. Some experiences you never experienced before, like losing my father. I've lost many dogs, but nothing like Isabella, because she was with me for almost 16 years every day. So you have gratitude for what you got, not what you don't have. She's irreplaceable as well as my father. There's no replacing them. There's only slowing down to speed up. Be grateful. Sit back, be cool, and be grateful. And when we do that, we're going to be okay. I wish you a great evening tonight. I'll be back tomorrow at 2:30. Please like my video if you can. I really appreciate it. And if you feel like subscribing, I really appreciate that too. It really helps me get the message out. I love you, and I wish you all the best. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.